What's up, tribe? Welcome back to another retro review of sArc Season 2, Episode 2. So, it's a month later, alright? Noah is moving into his new place, and all the guys are there helping, doing, of course, all the things that we know the guys know how to do. Alex and Trey are hot and heavy. They are still, the spark is back. He's been back for a month, and life is great. Alex is looking for somebody to help watch the clinic on a weekend. Everybody has a reason why they can't do it, except for Ricky. Ricky just flat out tells him, yeah, I ain't doing it. Like, I ain't doing it. He said, first of all, one, I don't want to do it. And two, I'm trying to be respectful of Janito because Janito works weekends at the clinic. And Alex was like, well, first of all, Janito ain't thinking about you. And second of all, Janito stopped working at the clinic on weekends a long time ago. And so Ricky goes ahead and said he'll do it. Now, Chance is still having issues with trying to find some quality time with him and Eddie. Also finding time for him to do some things he's doing. We found out he's working on a book, but he hasn't had a chance to really do a whole lot of what it is he's trying to do because of his obligations, his family obligations. So just at that moment, they're saying something about Wade and how, Noah ain't over Wade yet. And just at that moment, the door rings. And who's at the door? Wade. Delivering some packages. Wade is working at the furniture store now. And he's there to deliver some packages. Now, the Wade that shows up is the Wade that I expected to see that first night. This Wade got an attitude. This Wade is like, listen, I don't have time for the shenanigans. I don't have time to have this conversation with you. And Noah was like, listen, like if you were having money problems and he was like, I don't want nothing from you. And he was like, you could have cashed the checks that I sent you because the script is still half yours and I was sending you your half of the money. Like I wasn't giving you no handout. And he was like, well, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want no parts of it. And he was like, but it's your name is still on the script. He was like, take my name off. So, so then Noah's like, listen, I'm sorry. Like I never thought I really had it in me to cheat. I don't know why I did it, but I really never meant to hurt you and I'm really sorry. Noah hits him with the, not as sorry as I am. I said, well, damn. I think actually he said, I couldn't be sorrier or something like that. And Noah said, and Wade was like, you could be me. I said, oh, damn. So then we see Chance, golly, y'all. Chance is at the house with Kenya. He's putting Kenya to bed. And he's reading her a bedtime story. And she's like, why can't I sleep in the bed with you and daddy anymore? And he said, well, me and daddy, that's the only time, that we have time to have adult conversations and talk about some important things we need to discuss. And she said, but I want to sleep with you guys. And he was like, you can sometimes, just not every night. So he ends up getting her to bed. And then, Eddie comes home from work. And he's like, come on, I got a surprise for you. And Eddie was like, well, wait a minute. Let me go say goodnight to Kenya. And he was like, wait a minute. I just put her to bed. Like, let her sleep. Because, I got some adult things for us playing. And Eddie was like, well, she's not a toy. You can't just put her down when you get tired of playing with her. He was like, what? He was like, I picked her up from school. I cooked her dinner. And then I just sat there. I've been playing with her for the last 4 hours. Like, what are you talking about? And at that moment, Kenya comes to the top of the stairs and is like, hey, daddy. And so, of course, Eddie goes running off to go spend some time with Kenya. Now, and of course, it ruins Chance's whole evening. He had candlelight, he was going to have a candlelight dinner, and it ruined everything. Now, down to the clinic, Ricky's there. And who's at the clinic? Janito. And Ricky was like, so you lied, looking at Alex, talking about, so you lied to me, honey. Alex was like, I got that lying spirit on me. I said, you know what? That damn Alex is a mess. Now, I kind of figured Alex was lying when he said it, but I ain't had no proof, but we know he was lying. So Ricky is stuck working with Janito for the weekend. And, of course, it's awkward, and he don't want to speak to Janito. And Janito was like, listen, so is this what we're going to do? Like, you just gonna be here the whole weekend and not speak to me? Like, that's crazy. And he was like, well, I just don't want it to be awkward. And Janito was like, this is awkward. Like, and so then we have our special guest, Mr. Rasby, from the group B2K. He comes through there and he's a patient, and Janito actually has to tell him that he's HIV positive, and of course he has this whole moment about that just means I'm going to die. That means that my life is over. And Ricky actually ends up having a really nice conversation with him, telling him, listen, the world isn't, it doesn't mean the world is going to end. Like, it's okay. And he was like, well, I just got into a relationship, and it's the first time I've ever been, like, faithful, and this is what happens to me. And, Ricky was like, well, you can actually, like, it's okay. Like, you're HIV positive. You don't have AIDS. There's a big difference. Like, you can live with it. And Raz B was like, well, who's going to want me now? He was like, would you ever date somebody that's HIV positive? And he actually ends up making eye contact with Janito, and he says yes. So he finishes up his conversation with Raz B, and then we see him and Janito have a conversation where they decided they're going to be together. And Janito says, listen, I don't want you to make any grand proclamations that, you're going to be faithful to me and all of that. Like, I know that ain't even in your DNA. That ain't what you do. But let's just be together and let's just figure it out as we go. That kind of thing. So, so that's that. Now, Alex is over to the house. He comes into the house, honey. There's smoke coming out the toaster. And he loses his mind like it's a real fire, child. He opens up the door, and Trey is standing there in the fireman's outfit. And, of course, it's a whole role play thing that they're doing. And, so they have a moment, And they get done, having a moment, And Alex actually smells a real fire. And, Trey is like, oh, that's just a toaster. Like, that's just, he was like, no, that's a real fire. So he gets up, and the toaster actually did catch on fire, and the curtains are now on fire. Next thing you know, here come Guy, come running in. He gonna drop the curtains and put the fire out. And then here come Trey, and he helps finish putting the fire out. And so now Alex is totally like, oh my gosh, I thank you so much. The house could have burned down if you weren't here. And he was like, nah, y'all would have got it. Y'all would have been able to stop, saved it from burning down. And I mean, he has a whole moment, and his whole attitude now has totally changed about Guy. But Guy got this funny feeling, this funny little look on his face when Alex says something about, I mean, that's just really weird how the toaster caught on fire like that. And Guy got this real funny look on his face. I said, funny indeed. Funny indeed. So Chance and Noah are hanging out together, and Chance is trying to talk to Noah about his problems with what's going on with Eddie and with Kenya, and with them trying to have some alone time. Excuse me. And Noah actually starts talking about, the fact that Wade is on his mind and how he's been thinking about Wade or whatever. And so Chance is like, listen, you just need to go talk to him. He's like, well, I don't even know where he stayed. Like, he changed his number, he moved, everything. And he said, yeah, but you know where he works. He was like, I'm not going down to his job. Like, what if he's not out? And he was like, listen, you're going to go down there, you're going to say what you need to say to him so you can clear the air, and that's when, then we can all move on. So, he getting ready to walk up on Wade, and Wade's boyfriend is there with him. He must be at lunch. He's in the break room eating or whatever. And of course, his boyfriend just happens to be there when he rolls up on him. And Noah has this whole dream sequence where he's like envisioning him walking up to Wade, and him and Wade kissing, and everybody clapping, and everybody happy to see them together or whatever. And just at that moment, before he gets a chance to really, Wade hasn't seen him yet. Before he gets a chance to speak, Chance comes running in there because Kenya has walked off. He's lost Kenya in the furniture store, child. So next thing you know, they done called the police. They done called Eddie. They're looking for her all over the place. What ends up happening is they end up, actually Wade's boyfriend actually ends up finding her. She done fell asleep in the bed in the little like kids section of the furniture store, in the bed with some stuffed animals and stuff. So I guess she blended in with the stuffed animals. But when Eddie got there, of course, Chance had told the police officer he was her father. So when Eddie got there, the police wouldn't let him come through until he was like, he's not the father. He was just watching her. I'm the real father. And I was like, oh, shit, that's going to be a problem, bruh. That's going to be a problem, bruh, with you saying that you the real father and he ain't the real father. Like, that's going to be a problem. And, of course, the look on Chance's face says it all. He lets him through. And, of course, Eddie is pissed. They find, of course, like I said, they found Kenya. But Eddie is pissed. And he ain't even halfway talking to Chance. And Chance is just like, Eddie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. He was like, Mm-mm. We'll talk later. So, honey, we're gonna see where all of this ends up. So that was episode 2. We're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to go ahead and knock out season 2 today, because I mean the episodes are quick. We're gonna get it done because I want to really look at the reunion. I haven't looked at it yet because I want to wait and catch up. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.